Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday. I am so happy because today I was able to leave work around 4:10ish or so. I was driving back home and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is actually daylight still. Normally, I will come home and it's already dark and late. The last 2 days, I have not worked out. I got home really, really late and just extremely tired. Now, the last 2 days, I have been doing OMAD. Today, I did have pork rinds at lunch just because I got a little hungry. I took that big container of pork rinds, to work just to make sure in case I get hungry, I'm not going to go eat any snacks. I have my pork rinds and water with electrolytes or a Diet Coke or both, depending on the day. But it's been going very well. I eat my dinner when I get home. The last 2 days, yesterday and the day before, I ate chicken wings. And then today, my husband cooked some New York strip. So I had New York strip with an avocado and salsa, as well as some queso fresco. It was delicious. I am learning to eat less because I've noticed that sometimes I want a big plate because in my mind, hey, you didn't eat all day, eat all of this. And it's too much. My stomach might hurt or I just, might get heartburn or whatever. But it's not because of the food, it's because of the amount of food. So even if I'm doing OMAD, I'll try to look at how much I'm eating and stuff. And if I need to break it into 2 meals, then I will. But just coming home and eating, helps me be more productive at work. Even though, the last 2 days, I didn't get home until like 7:15, 7:30. And then having to cook and then having to, have dinner. I went straight to bed. I'm not even going to lie to you. So today I got home early. My husband and I had dinner already. And so in about 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to go to my gym. I wanted to do the video before I went, and I would be sweating and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and put a clip right here when I'm editing the video, so you can see how much I walked or what I did when I went to my home gym that I have right here. Alrighty, I am finished. I did 15 minutes elliptical and about 32 minutes or so in the treadmill on incline 2. I ran just a little bit on like 3.5, 3.6 speed, not too much, like not even a minute. It was more like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, just because my knees started to hurt. Now I did push myself in the sense of instead of just doing a mile, I did a 1.5 miles. My brain was like, well, instead of 4 laps, now you just do 5 laps. And then I looked at the time and it was like 26 minutes. And I was like, okay, I'm going to push myself and I'm going to get 2:30 minutes. And so I got 2:30 minutes. And then I'm like, I have to finish the lap, right? So I went ahead and finished the lap. I am very, very excited, to have worked out today. I am very happy to have come home at a decent time. My goodness. I am so tired of getting off of work, 6:37, 7:15. It's too much. But I am here. I am pushing myself. But it has been going very well. I have not weighed myself. I told myself I was going to weigh myself like on a Saturday when I, would get my rest. I have not been resting very well. Especially like on Tuesday, I came home, ate, and just passed out completely. I don't even remember. It was like 8:30 or 9. I don't remember. All I remember is waking up at 12 o'clock and being ready for the day. I was like, oh no, I cannot wake up at midnight. It took me a little while, but I went back to sleep around 2. Of course, my alarm is at 5:30, so I didn't get a lot of hours of sleep that, my body felt like they were enough. So I'm afraid to get on the scale just because sometimes when you don't rest, the scale will show it. So if I don't weigh myself on Saturday, I'll weigh myself on Sunday just because those 2 days are the days that I get enough rest. And so it shouldn't affect, the scale that much. But I've been following my diet. This week I've exercised on Sunday and Monday. And then now I'll exercise today. I won't be able to exercise tomorrow. We are actually going to my mom's house. We're going to go visit my mom and just, have a dinner as a family. I do have to be very careful, with the food. I know I'm bringing chicken from Sam's. I don't know if you guys have Sam's Club, but because I work, I won't be able to cook anything before going. So right after work, I'll be stopping at Sam's, getting a rotisserie chicken and some bread. And then my sister, she says she's taking un guisado. You say it in Spanish. It's like a mixture of a sauce and a meat. And so I'll probably stop and get some avocados as well. Take some avocados, take a little bit of my cheese, and then have some of that chicken and whatever my sister's making. And then any beans, rice, tortillas, or the bread that I'm buying, I will not be consuming that because, I'm still following the same diet. But I am focused, I am determined, and I am excited for what's to come. And the keto carnivore flu, hasn't hit me that much, or it has. That's why I've been extremely tired the last 2 days after work. So I don't know if it's because of the diet that I started again, or because I'm exhausted from working so many long hours at work. Regardless, I haven't really felt it as I would before, you were weak and stuff. Now, I have been drinking electrolytes, the Propel electrolytes. I'll put a picture somewhere. I do drink those. I've drank one a day. Actually, one day I drank two, if I recall correctly, just to make sure that, my electrolytes are in check and I don't, feel weak or feel, any type of way, especially at work, since, I don't eat until I get home. I like to drink my coffee, and then drink my electrolytes, and maybe an additional water if I have time. But if not, I'll drink my second coffee. I do take 2 coffees to work, just so I can, eat, let's say, quote unquote, eat or not feel hungry. And it's working out for me again. So I'm very excited about that. But that's been me these last 3 days. How have you guys been? What have you been up to? Have you been following the plan? Have you started exercising? Let me know down in the comments, just so we can chit chat and check on each other. I would love to cheer you on. Thank you so much for all of my subscribers. Thank you, for coming to this channel and joining the journey as well. We are here to push each other, help hold each other accountable, but also do it in a positive manner, to help promote health and fitness, especially, at an older age. Like I told you guys, in a couple of videos ago, I will be 43 this year. And so I want to make sure that I don't have any of the diabetes that's in my family, or any of the high blood pressure as well that, for many, many years has been, in the past generations of my mom's family. It stops with me. I have to make the change. I have to show my boys, that they don't need to worry about those sicknesses if they focus on their health, at a young age. But we got this. Don't forget to say your affirmations, okay? Declare that we are victorious when it comes to this diet. Declare that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. He will help us in this diet. And as you are exercising, don't forget that personal trainer on the back of your mind to push you to the very next level, okay? We got this. Let's push each other. We will hold each other accountable, and we will reach our goals, okay? Well, God bless you guys, and God willingly, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.